You'll get used to
It
it.
should be fine, and I will get used to it. I just like, and whether the camera was there or not, I think the introduction is always the
Yeah.
fun part. You just wonder, like, how you're gonna introduce it. Okay, you ready then?
Mm-hmm.
Family, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. We're happy to be here. This is actually our first podcast episode. Lacey and I
Yeah.
thought we'd make one about family because we are family.
We are family.
And we have 8 more of us that are a part of our family. So it's going to be a podcast about family things. And we'll get into that a little bit more.
Yeah. So let's just start off the introductions. Some of you might have seen me on other podcasts as a guest in other places, but I'm Lacey. I'm Lacey Woolley Bangeter. I'm part of this Woolley clan, and it's a really cool clan to be a part of, and I think you're going to see that over the course of the videos that we do. Our family is like it's the highlight of our life.
Yeah.
And we are wanting to bring that to you. We're wanting to show you that. We're just wanting to convey how the power of family and how it's God's greatest gift. So I'm joined here. Well, we're doing this together, but joining me is my little brother, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Yes. Family, we really do believe that family is God's greatest gift to all of us. We're really grateful. I feel like a podcast is like the perfect way or the perfect thing for our family. We've talked a little bit about this getting ready for recording this morning, but we're a family full of siblings that like to think about things. We like to talk about things. We like to share ideas. We're big thinkers, big ideas people, and so we're like, man, a podcast could be fun to have like an avenue or route to I guess satisfy this way of being that we all seem to have. So we're excited. I'm John. I am number 7 of the 10 siblings. We'll probably talk about that a little bit later as well. But I'm really excited to be here also. This is actually my 4th podcast that I've either done or been a part of. Lacey's done a lot of podcasting in the past, so
Yeah.
We're pretty familiar with it. I mean, we haven't had like wildly popular podcasts, but at one point I think.
But this is gonna be it. This is it. No, just kidding.
Yeah, but we really enjoy it, and it's
we enjoy putting information out there that can edify in this crazy world. We need some good content of just good old-fashioned fun and depth and meat and milk and all sorts of stuff. And our family they're deep thinkers, but we also, oh man, we love to play. We love to play, and we love to have fun, and we have incredible stories that just, I think, live life to the max, and coupled with that deep thinking and bringing this life to even more life.
Yeah.
With God's light. So
Yeah.
It's very Christian based. It's very God based, but that's what makes this family thrive, is because we put it into everything.
Yeah, 100%. And just like a couple of my thoughts that I'm having as you're talking. Number one, yes, there's some pretty funny, crazy, wild stories that come when you grow up in a family of 10. We are excited to share some of those over the course of episodes. Number one, this should be number one, actually, just Christian, what you talked about. Very Christian podcast. We're very God-centered, Christ-centered. We honestly, we really believe, and we try to live that way, where God is the center of everything that we do. So we wouldn't want to do anything like this, a podcast, unless we felt like His hand was in it, that we were trying to be led and guided by Him and all that He can use it for. So we we really want to make that apparent at the first, but then also like as we carry on throughout podcasts that it's very Christ-centered, very God-focused in what we talk about and what we hope that you get out of it as well.
Yeah. So quick introductions. I'm Lacey. He's John. I'm number 3. So like we've kind of said, and we haven't come right out, there's 10 children. You can't see my hand because of the microphone. There's 10. There's 10 of us. And the origin story of how our family came about will be an incredible episode. We'll bring on our parents and share that story. But our story started pretty uniquely as a family, as it got started. But it resulted in 10 children. So I am number 3 and John is number 7. And we were just talking before this that 3 and 7 make up 10. We're talking about the meaning of the number 10 and how it kind of goes along with the whole purpose of why we're coming together to do this podcast. We actually, at the same time, we're not fully sure why we're doing this podcast. It's like God is telling us to do something, and we know that we've been incredibly blessed as a family and as siblings and parents, and we know God has a work for this. So this is us we're going into the wilderness. We're just going forth and trying to do what God has told us to do. But we still have these aha moments of like, God, that was incredible. That was amazing. Like that's part of this journey. That's awesome. One of these aha moments was when we looked up the number 10 and what does it mean numerically? What does it mean spiritually? And it's a cool. Read what number 10 means.
Yeah. So this is actually Bing, not Google, but when we looked up the symbol of number 10 in the scriptures, these are some of the thoughts or things that it came up with. In the Bible, the number 10 symbolizes completeness and divine order. It is prominently represented by 10 commandments, so we're pretty familiar with that. Completeness, divine order. What were some of the things that pulled up when you searched it on your phone?
My kid took my phone. One of the things is it's a start of individual and it's an end in complete unison.
Okay, yeah.
And so it starts with the 1, but it ends in this perfect order, this divine completion.
Which is pretty cool because we'll talk eventually. We're gonna make a whole episode on the story of our parents and how it came. In short, right now it's just a yours, mine, and ours. That happened. Lacey's actually the first of when our parents got married, and they each had one coming into it, and we're gonna talk about that story. It's a pretty incredible story, and we feel really grateful to have that as a part of our history. But I think also, like, more importantly, we feel grateful like how our parents approached it and how what they chose to make of that situation.
Yeah. Along those lines, so it is yours, mine, and ours. But it was from death that our family started. So our family started very acquainted with grief and suffering, and both spouses, our dad and our mom, had both of their spouses were taken from this earth, and they both had one child. And like I said, we'll go into depth about these stories, which are cool. But from these 2 people, they brought 2 with them, and then they had 8 together. I'm the start of that. So they had 8 together. But because of what they brought into that marriage, and because of the suffering and the hard that they went through, it started our family with this notion of family isn't just given. Family is worked for every day. Family is, one of the things that we'll stress on here a lot is family is a verb. It's not a noun. It's not just a title or a unit that you just automatically are given. It's not a free gift. It's earned, like agency. Agency isn't free, it was earned. And family is earned, it's a verb. But because we took that mindset given to us from our parents, we earned these relationships every single day, and they've turned and they've multiplied, which is so cool, because now we started as 10 original, and now we've duplicated. All of us have been married. We have one brother divorced right now, but I'm sure during the course of this he'll get married again. So we've duplicated to 20. And the grandkids that have come from that, I was counting yesterday, we have the grandkids alone that have come from that, and counting the 7 that will be born just this year. We have grown, so that's 20 out of the kids. Mom and dad are 22. We have grown 23. No, I'm getting that wrong. We've grown to 55 is what I'm trying to say. The number of our whole family.
Where we're at right now. That includes the 7 that are.
That includes.
Because we have
7
that are
sisters and sister-in-laws
that are pregnant,
and a niece that is pregnant. So we've grown to like 25 grandkids, 2 great grandkids, and it's just incredible the exponential growth that has happened in this family.
Well, and it's a lot of people. It's
and we all gather.
So many people, and I think a lot of times, like, we'll tell people who are we had some friends over. Monica and I had some friends over the other night, and James was there, so we were telling him a little bit about our family.
James is our younger brother.
We have a younger brother. He's right younger than me. And they were like, oh my gosh, 10 siblings and how many grandkids then we have. And I think, I'm not saying that this was their reaction, but I think a lot of people have the reaction where they're like, just so many people. It's like a village. And we love it. I feel like our family, we thrive in it. And we, like all the siblings, we wear like this little honorary badge the good job sticker that we come from a family of 10. The thing that I think is unique about the 10 in the scriptures and the symbolism like the parallel that I saw in our family is how we have 2 people, mom and dad, with each their own, so I guess 4, but we have these 2 groups that are coming from broken circumstances and then come together. There ends up being 10 of us, which is complete. We've always felt like that there's this sense of like our family is complete. We feel like we are the complete package as a family. But more than that, we feel like it gives us a really unique ability to then turn outward and help other people, either invite them into our family or help them create the best family situations that they can in their individual families. And the idea of being complete is really profound, I think.
It reminds me a lot of Abraham. A lot. Because Abraham started, like, he was going to be sacrificed. Like, he started from a broken home, a broken place. I thought about that. That's and then he ends up with all the sands of the sea as his posterity. Yeah. But during that course as well, not only does he get this numerous posterity out of brokenness, my mind just blanked. Adoption is heavily brought into his family. Like, you're adopted into the house of Israel, which is his line. It's his family. And our 2 siblings, our 2 oldest sisters, they were adopted. So our parents both brought a child,
and adopted.
But our parents wanted that unity from the get-go, and so they adopted each other's daughters. And so before we were even born, before I was even born, we started as a whole family. They were adopted in, and here comes this tribe afterwards. In this family, but it all started with this adoption, and I think that has resonated with us because yes, we feel that completeness as the 10, but we love it when a new baby is born. We love it when an in-law is coming on scene. We love it when neighbors are like, "Can we gather with you at the barbecues or whatever? Please come." We enjoy this adoption energy into our family that we started with it. And that's very Abrahamic. It's very House of Israel.
Well, I think I'm glad you
energy.
brought up Abraham because I was reading in Genesis this week and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting as these thoughts about podcasts being on my mind and stuff like that. I think that you, let's see, what was I going to say?
I hate it when it's like, I'm going,
So
and then
many
it
thoughts.
dives, ding.
But,
Come back.
so the cool thing about Abraham and the idea of adoption is I think that he, like, if you read in the scriptures and read about his experience, he started having this, like, this covenantal relationship with God started developing because he saw before him or in his fathers that came before him the type of relationship and covenants that they had with God. And he saw that and it gave him a vision for what he could have. He's like, God, I want that. Goes to the Lord, and then all of a sudden he's blessed with not only his own covenantal relationship, but all these promises you're going to have. So that it's cool, and you're right. He does come from a broken family situation, and so it's cool to see other examples of that where people turn it like an easy situation that you could just think of it all negative turns it into a positive outcome.
I think the root of how it turned from negative to positive, I think you nailed it, is that covenantal relationship. And one thing I wanted to focus on.
Sorry, keep going, but I did remember. I'll just cross
All
my
right,
fingers.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Let's go back, and then I'll
when I was
remember where I was going.
Yeah. When I was thinking about the adoption, when you were talking about Angie and Heather, so Angie and Heather are the two oldest siblings.
Yeah,
getting
Angie's
adopted.
our oldest, and Heather's our second. Angie comes from our mom. Heather comes from our dad.
I didn't even think of them. I was probably in high school or college before I realized, like, oh, I guess we're just half siblings. Technically, we're half siblings. Didn't even register in my mind that we were half siblings. We didn't think about it that way. We didn't.
We still
approach it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't show itself in the dynamics of relationships at all. But it's very interesting, because we've seen half siblings before, and we saw it growing up, and we knew what it was for sure. It's not like we were just oblivious to what that situation was.
But we didn't register it was
but
us.
We didn't, and it's fun to hear that you were thinking the same thing, because growing up, I never registered I guess they are technically a half sibling, but it's pretty interesting.
And because we didn't recognize it then, we still don't recognize it even in the in-laws. Like, we have our sweet in-law, sister-in-law, John's wife, sitting over there. But she, she's my, I'm going to get emotional. And I keep getting emotional about everything. But, she's my sister. And I don't see her any different than the rest of my sisters. Our in-laws are our brothers and our sisters. And, I don't differentiate. Because, we never did differentiate. Our parents never taught to see it as a separate thing. And it still isn't a separate thing. Our nieces and nephews are as dear to me as my own children. This adoption energy is super real when you can lean into it, and it does add to that unity, and it's powerful.
And I think it speaks to what families can be, that they don't just have to be blood relatives, even though that's kind of where we get the title from, or where we use it the most common, but you talk about family being a verb, that it can be a dynamic or a way of being or doing things in any situation where multiple people are involved in a group setting.
Do you think that's why God made adoption so heavily focused with Abraham and the children of Israel? Because so much is focused on bloodlines, and yes, that's really important, but God equally focuses on adoption.
Well, we're all we're all adopted by Christ.
Yeah, there's some real power there that I don't think I've even the wheels are going in my head of adoption is super cool, and I don't think I resonated how powerfully that affected our family, even just until this moment of we've been in the spirit of adoption from the get-go, and I think that's why we've adopted Christ in our lives, or we've allowed ourselves to be adopted by Christ. And into the house of Israel and more family members. It's come so easily to us because we've really been in this energy for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And it's built everything we are.
Well, and I think you brought this up earlier, just like the type of people that we are as siblings in a family that we like to teach. And one thing, we talked about this before, just the aha moments when we're teaching or having conversations that we love the aha moments.
Yeah.
And so it's cool.
This is an aha
Exactly.
moment.
Yeah, like having
Adoption is
aha
freaking
moments.
cool.
Yeah. It's fun to be able to experience it in real time. And we hope that you guys are experiencing something similar as you listen.
Yeah. So I wanted to just, like, I know we're kind of getting
Is
low
this your other
on
thought?
time. No.
Okay.
No,
you
I'm
wanna go
going
back
right
to
now.
there?
I'm going
Okay.
into it. And maybe this is something we can end with a little bit. But when you were saying Abraham looked at what his fathers were and what they had, and he was able to adopt that mindset going forward. But I think one of the key things that helps us to do family as a verb, to operate as family, like as an action, it's a choice you make every single day. It's covenants. But something I want to go a little just tiny bit deeper with is we were raised with that righteous covenant keeping people making and keeping sacred covenants didn't just start here on this earth. Like agency, we were taught that family started before we even came, right? Like mom was pretty heavy on that. Then why wouldn't we have chosen where we showed up in this world? Why wouldn't we have chosen who we were going to marry, what children we were going to bring into this world, our siblings, our family, our parents? I firmly believe, and we were taught this, we were raised with this, we chose each other. And I'm going to get emotional. And that's how I also know that these relationships, John's and my relationship, the relationships you'll see on here, they didn't start at birth and they didn't start here. They started a long time ago. We chose each other. We chose our family. We made covenants to be in this family. We made covenants to have the parents we had, to have the children we have. And because I made that covenant a long time ago, not just here, it gives me power to keep choosing it, to keep choosing that these relationships are important. So I'm going to do the hard that is required to keep these relationships going. I'm not giving up on my covenants now. And that these relationships, we've already been taught that they extend way beyond the grave if we live worthy of that. But I believe they extended way beyond birth. That they preceded birth, and because of that, I'm not going to drop the ball on these relationships for this small amount of time of our existence. If they existed way before and they're going to exist way after, I'm not going to drop it here.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that covenant that I made a long time ago. And I think that's in there on all of our siblings. I think that they have that in there and they realize that. To some extent, some more than others, but I think that's why we keep showing up, all of us.
Yeah.
Perfect example, Sunday a text was sent out, we want to have a barbecue for the holiday tomorrow. Who wants to come? We all showed up, babies in wombs included, but 51 of us showed up.
Yeah.
At within 24 hours, we're yes, that's where we want to be. Those are the relationships that matter to us. We're showing up. We're going to be there.
Yeah.
We're just drawn to it. We can't help it.
Yeah.
But I think it's a power of adoption, but I think it's a power that comes with covenants.
Yeah.
And I believe we made those covenants of family before we even came. And that power is what we draw upon that keeps us together here.
100%. And as far as relationships go, I regardless of what your belief is about relationships here on earth or when they started or why you're together, I think everybody kind of, at least people that believe in God and kind of build their life around that belief, have this idea or this notion that coincidences are there's no coincidences or they're few and far between, that God places us where he needs us to be. And I had someone in my life called them human orbits at one point, just like puts you where he wants you. And this, I would say, like what you're talking about, is just an extension of that, or a different side of that same thing, that we really believe, that human orbits, that these relationships are something that we chose at some point, that God helped facilitate by putting us in a family. And however, I guess I'm just saying that however you believe or look at those kinds of situations, or look at relationships, that's what we're speaking to, is that idea. And it's, I would say that it seems, as I interact with people, that it's pretty pertinent to pretty much anybody that I've met that has like a belief in God, that they believe that relationships are intentional or on purpose, that things don't just happen, that there's intentionality behind it.
Yeah, but at the root of it, like whether your family's broken or not, we don't know the spectrum of where you're at, but we do know that if you actually take a deep look, just sit with yourself for a second, there's a pull towards family, and it's universal. Everyone, like, we came in to this world in some sort of family. Like, you didn't come by yourself, you came with somebody. And that number of that unit that you came to, great or big, small or little, I was trying to do opposites there, small or big, it started your foundation here, and it's the foundation you're always going to be pulled back to, and it's the foundation God set up for a very specific purpose. And I hope along this podcast, as you go along with us, you're going to start to see that specific purpose unfold, unwind. Then we're going to discover it on deeper levels. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited to do this, is because the more we talk and the more we introduce ideas and things we know, God gives us more information and more knowledge. And you're going to hear our ahas like in real time. Like the adoption thing, I'm still like, I'm going to go study this one. I'm super excited about the power of adoption. But it's the family. There's a reason why God centers his whole plan. Everything God is, it's centered around the family. Why? And how do we take action in that concept instead of just feeling entitled and that it's just there?
Yeah.
It is a gift, but it's also an agency. It's also an action that needs to be chosen every single day.
Yeah.
And we're naturally pulled to it. Like,
I think
you're not going to escape it. You can ignore it, but deep down you're pulled.
A natural pull to it. And I think of movies. I mean, there's probably like a number of situations or scenes in movies that refer to this, but the one that I'm thinking of right now is on the movie Miracle on Ice, about the U.S. hockey team.
Yeah.
In honor of the Olympics that are going on right now. But like at one point, a couple of the guys are nervous about whether they're going to make the team or not, and he brings on this other guy to kind of shake things up or get their mind in the right place. And when they go to talk to the coach about this, he's like, why do you think you deserve to be here more than this guy who's working his tail off and and stuff like this? And at one point, somebody's just like, because we're family. And I just think it's cool. Like, family is always used as the title to show this deep level of connection,
belonging,
this sense of belonging, and it's really important. I think that's why we're drawn to it. I think that's why we use it as a title for a group of people, whether, like, obviously they weren't like biological family in this situation, but family was a really good word to describe how they felt about each other, how they felt about their purpose that they were pursuing with one another, and how they felt about themselves as an individual and how they contributed to the group.
It was the closest title that they could come up with that would create this belonging within them. Yeah,
and I would say, like, as long as we're talking about God, I would say that it is everybody's God-given right to find that in their lives, that God will help and support anybody in their efforts to find that. So whatever your situation is, like you're talking about kids who are born into this world, some kids are born into some pretty messy situations, and we're not taking away from that or denying that at all, but like, God himself will reach out of heaven to facilitate a family situation for anybody that has the desire and anybody that pursues it with real intent.
Yeah, I love that thought. Just like he gave his only begotten son, everyone has access to the Savior if you choose your intention. If you put your intention on that, everyone has access to a family, whether it's by blood or by adoption. Everyone has been blessed with that gift if you choose it.
Yeah.
You have to choose it. It's just like a covenant. Anything.
Yeah,
with
you
God,
choose it.
You have to choose Jesus.
It. But God facilitates the way. Like God
But
is the way that
it's
makes
an eternal
it happen.
gift.
Yes.
It's an eternal gift that he has no respecter of persons of whether you get that gift or not.
And once you tune into the gift, then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, all these things start to fall into place for you to have it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much.
That's cool.
Well, this was a cool
Yeah,
one.
this is good. Stick around.
Here we go. This is our
We're
launch.
excited.
This is what we're about. This is what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be bringing our siblings on, our parents on, our in-laws. Like, we're going to be bringing our family members on to show how we family, because we do family. We family a lot, and it's exciting, and it's a crazy family. Like, it's so fun. It's a wild ride, and this is not like, of course we're going to bring God into it, and there's going to be spiritual aspects, but like, we have a lot of fun.
It is fun.
We have a lot of fun, and we're excited to show that side. So hopefully you can learn how to family along with us in a deeper way, because I'm excited to see what God has for us, to learn how we can take our family even deeper.